Hey everybody, it's Ann. It's Meridian Medical Staffing. And Mark.
Hi.
Wanted to take a minute to talk about a nurse who was, actually her and her husband had been watching some of our videos. She works for one of the bigger 3-letter travel companies that we like to call them around here. And they had been watching our Understanding Your Offer videos, and her husband was trying really hard to get her to call us just to kind of have us go through her offer. And when she hadn't called, he actually picked up the phone and so that he had seen the videos and really wanted somebody to talk to his wife, and would someone please call his wife. So
we've all been there. I can't talk to my wife, so please, will you please come and talk to her?
I can't get my wife to do what I want
her
to do.
Listen. Usually it's the other way around.
It kind of
My
is,
husband
yeah.
doesn't listen.
Right.
What?
What?
All right.
Or bosses sometimes. Anyway, yeah, so he called. I ended up talking to her, and yeah, she's with one of those 3-lettered companies, definitely in one of the situations that we've talked about in the past.
Which is? Tell them.
Which is really essentially for her, it was that those in-between hours, between 36 and 40, she's really essentially getting paid, I mean, how would you describe a nominal amount of money?
Half the amount of money. I mean, again, and I'm gonna give credit to Laura from Pneumatic. She
For
calls
those
them extra
yeah,
hours,
and
and she's really got it right on.
Yeah.
I've always struggled with what that is, and I love Laura's explanation. She's right on. It's extra hours because a nurse doesn't think about what happens between 36 and 40. And you guys sign these things all day long. And again, what I'm learning is that this is just, it's just the way it is. I should just sign this because every company does it. Every company, I'm kind of elevated, Dave. Every company just screws nurses out of money. It'd be like me asking you, hey, Ann, I mean, you're a 40-hour worker. Let's say you didn't. Let's say you were working. Let's say you were a working mom. You had a situation where you're only working 30
I'm a working mom. I'm just kidding. Go on.
And I said, I need you to work 4 more hours. And by the way, for those hours, I'm only going to pay you half of what your salary is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys are agreeing to all day long. I mean, stop and let that just process for a minute. You're agreeing to a contract based upon the assumption about 36 hours, and you never think about what happens after those 36 hours. And what you're basically telling these big companies, go ahead and you just keep the money. I don't need it. It's okay,
because that's how it's done.
It shouldn't be how it's done. It's not how we do it. If you want to actually make the same amount of money from hours 36 to 40 that you are from 0 to 36, it's come work for us. Come work for me. Come work for my director of recruitment. You're crazy to sign those.
Yep.
And not to mention what happens to them in overtime. But this is every contract. It used to be 20%, 60%, 80%. I haven't seen a contract that people. And by the way, all you nurses are doing such a great job of sharing the contracts. They're all the same.
I know.
And my philosophy is either we start doing what the evil empire is doing. I'm gonna say it.
The dark side.
But I like to sleep at night. I just don't get how people can. So it's either we do what they're doing, which we won't, or you get the word out there. There are other choices out there. You don't have to settle for a company just deciding they're going to just somehow that they're entitled to that tax-free hours, and that's how they're structuring these contracts. It's clever, but it's really not that clever. It's simple arithmetic. You guys know that you're getting a set stipend every week.
Yep.
400, 700, 800. Some companies are doing different figures, but that amount doesn't get increased when you work an extra 15 minutes, an extra hour, or an extra
Which
4
all
hours.
of you guys pretty much do.
Yeah, categorically.
I don't think they really, when you look at timesheets, I see a lot of timesheets every week, and
39, 38 and a half
very
hours.
rarely do I see straight 36. It's always, 37, 30,
Yeah. I mean, for a nurse
thirty-eight.
that does work 36 hours, this video, you can turn on this video.
Yeah.
It makes no difference to you. If you are just a 36-hour nurse, you can sign those all day long and you will not see a penny's worth of difference. But if you're an average nurse that works, during shift change, whatever, you work an extra hour and a half a week, 37 and a half to 38 hours, you're leaving money with that company. Not to mention that if you're working overtime, that company is going to get you every time for 4 hours of that tax-free money that you're not gonna get, they're gonna pay the tax amount, before they ever get into an overtime. I've seen situations recently where the nurse says, oh, I'm making crazy amount of money overtime. You know why? Because they're getting you like a thief for 4 hours, and then they're giving some of that back for anything overtime. My overtime is almost double time, right? Because they're guaranteed to screw you out of 4 hours worth of tax-free dollars.
That's how they pay for it.
And then they're putting it all in there because I mean, why not? Because if you don't get 48 hours, they're gonna come out ahead. Guys, please be smart. You know, my
or be tired of it. It's not even
something.
smart. It's just like, be tired of it. Demand different, and if they're not going to give it to
come
you,
work for me.
come work for us.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm tired of kind of dancing around it. It's just like it's just ridiculous. I know he doesn't like to say stealing, but I do. I feel like they are stealing my money.
What I feel is that a nurse is agreeing, and I'm trying.
And not to mention how they save money on payroll taxes, and I mean, and that stuff adds up. I mean, in a lot of those videos, he's pointed out, you know, it might seem like $2 is nothing.
That's $1,000 over the course of an assignment.
And then you multiply that by thousands of nurses out traveling with a big company. I mean, that is significant money.
I've been doing this, as many of you guys know, for 20 years now. Worked for a very large company, was senior vice president.
He helped grow that large company.
I did.
He did.
Created another. And I realized how I left because it was tough to tell a nurse one thing and have a big company turn around and make a liar out of me. I didn't like living that way. I'm sitting there talking to nurses face to face all over the country, making the promises that I was told to make, and then the nurse would go to work for that company, and it was all a bunch of lies. And I got really tired of having me be the physical person that was telling. They'd call me, and I had no answers, and that lasted about 3 years. And
well, it does suck. I promised you this, and then
yeah,
I can't back that up, and that's.
Well, it's frustrating, but this is what I'm saying. 20 years ago, this didn't exist, guys. This didn't exist this commonly 3 years ago, and all of a sudden, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of what the big companies are doing. So when the big company increases their profit margin, they're going up. And I have a recruiter, not the one that we've done an interview recently, but another recruiter that worked for a different large company that has, you know, she told me she had the best margins in the business, 30% over 30.3%. She was the highest paid recruiter for that. That has to irritate you, and I'll just say it has to piss you off that a recruiter is getting a lot of money because they're better at negotiating than you are. And that's not, travel nursing is not supposed to be about negotiating your contract. It's supposed to be about going in there, being available, because the sacrifices that you guys made to help a hospital in times of need, whether it's expansion, a difficult place to staff permanently for, or some sort of seasonality, or another issue. That's what travel nursing is for. It's to make money because you're in high need. It's not about having an agency make more money because they're a better negotiator than you are. That's the definition of insanity. You guys just got to stop selling for it.
Yeah.
There are options out there. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I'm yet to find another company that does it as well as we do.
Yeah.
Which I'm talking about the full amount for extra hours and full time and a half of that full amount for anything over 40 hours, which is humongous. If you're making $30 an hour, and somebody say, "Well, I'm going to pay you 20 taxable and 10 tax free," then you get 20 times 1.5, which last time I looked is $30 an hour for overtime. Our company, if you were making 30, which would be low, you're going to make $45 an hour. Now it's going to be taxable because it is higher than what that I don't want to get into a tax advantage program, but you've already been maxed out on what that county's going to allow you. So the bad news is you're going to get taxed, but it's fair. You're going to make crazy amounts of money. Why do you think our nurses stick with us? And I'm telling you, the companies out there that, you know, sometimes people get nervous around here, they're not going to change. They can't. You can't take a company with 1,200 nurses and all of a sudden decide you're going to switch and do what Meridian's do and follow our model, because they would go out of business because they've been doing it this way for so long that they've incorporated expenses based upon this high profit model.
Let's cut our profits.
Yeah. So the point of this is, Anne's right. If you are get tired of this, give us a call. This is absolutely an advertisement, but it's an advertisement for you. What we've done in the last year and a half is educate you guys on things that you should be aware of, including our company. I am not, keeping us out of the loop on anything. If we ever do something like that, I want you to call me out on it and trumpet it all over the place, because I won't. We won't do that.
Mm-mm.
But if you're tired of not either wanting to have any motivation to work over 36 hours, or just being lowballed and feeling like you have to negotiate, then call us and you'll get a different experience.
Yep.
Last night, nurse called me. I was here till almost 8 o'clock. Aren't you proud of me? People think that CEOs don't work, but you know, that it was 8 o'clock and she said, I'm so tired of feeling like I am leaving money with the company. And we hooked her up with one of our top recruiters, and she's not going to leave money with the company anymore. She's going to be fairly compensated at 80% with her and Uncle Sam.
I think the most interesting point out of that whole conversation, just before we wrap it up, was that she made the mistake of telling the recruiter, was it the minimum she would take,
Yeah.
or what she had to have?
No, some big companies out there, that's a trick, and watch out for this one. She said,
Yeah.
they ask you, and I know this for a fact because I've got insider information and I've been doing this for 20 years, that if you tell an agency what the lowest you'd be willing to go for, ironically, that's what every offer becomes. And the rest
Especially
of it,
like with the same recruiter.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're going to keep the rest. So don't ever do that. Ask them. That's not important. You tell me what each assignment pays. I, as a sophisticated, educated, traveler, will decide what puzzle piece and what total fit is best for me. That's the way you do it. I mean, that's just being. I'll teach you that one. Don't ever tell an agency where you want.
That'd be a good series. What to look out for? I think I've said that before on a video or something. I mean,
I could do a video.
You wouldn't have to
series
look out for anything if you just came and worked for us.
Honestly, the things that companies do, it's almost unending. We could be in here 24 hours a day and still not get to the
good old long series.
But give us a call, like our Facebook page, again, Meridian
YouTube,
Medical Staffing.
Insta,
Twitter. We do a lot on Twitter.
We're actually on Snapchat too.
Yeah.
It's just, he's too busy on his own.
That's right. I've got young kids.
Well, I do too, but you love Snapchat.
I do. It's fun. Because it goes away and no one's up to your business all the time. That's perfect. So anyway, we appreciate today. I hope this was helpful. I know we talked quick. Watch it again. And if you like what you hear, call us. You can talk to me, you can talk to Ann, and you can talk to any one of her phenomenal recruiting staff that will tell you exactly what we just told you today. And enjoy. I hope to hear from you soon because it's all going good.
It
For these reasons, I'm gonna go do my little short video thing now.
Bye guys. Have a great one.